Hello, all of you risk takers and truth seekers to Podcast Life, the battlefield. I'd like to say thank you, all of you, 2 million wonderful souls for supporting this podcast. And today, I have a little bit different guest in my studio. Somebody who doesn't match word courage. It's exceeding that word. Why is that? Because my guest today in studio traveled the world, met the world, worked for the very powerful, very rich, very successful people, but as well has a humble beginnings like most of us. And she's still humble. Today in my studio, it's a Jodi Finnan. Jodi, welcome to the Podcast Life, the Battlefield.
Thank you so much for having me.
Ah, you're welcome. You're fine. I mean, look,
I feel like I should have been eating pizza with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one thing what you're going to learn today from Jodi, it is the courage, resilience, and how you can bounce back with every possible obstacle you face. And why is that? Because Jodi, apart being the successful and being looking after herself as well, she's a fighter, real term fighter, boxer. But Jodi, let's go start with your upbringing. Where did you grow up and how your upbringing set you up for success, if you can share with us?
Sure. Well, I grew up in a place called Weybridge, which is in Surrey, just outside of London. I was very fortunate that my father taught me the value of money in a completely unique way. Yeah. Whereas when I was 11, I started a paper round, which I actually held for 6 years. And he said to me, if you turn up every day without fail, and this is including the English weather, which is crap, he will double what I put in my bank account. And after the 6 years, I did exactly that and managed to buy myself my first car, which was a Renault Clio Williams with the little gold wheels.
Okay. Gold. So what type of wheels would you say?
The gold alloy wheels.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think everyone thought, oh, Daddy's bought her that. But in fact, he helped. But, all the story behind it, which is great because now, it's just really taught me about the value of money and saving and putting money into certain investments. I also was very privileged because my father worked for the airline for 39 years. So I grew up getting a taste for travel. We so kindly got the first class flights, which was included with his travel. And me as an only child would be traveling around the world. And most of the stuff that I've learnt is through travel and through my father, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. But he's also set me up for this life where I can't fly at the back of a plane, and I know that sounds really bad, but
okay, share with us.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go learn the inside secrets why we can travel to back of the plane.
I don't know. I've just been so fortunate to have, just travelled in first with my parents. So in order.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the safety issues.
Yeah,
okay.
No safety.
Oh, sorry for us. So the classes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So I just can't do that because I've just been so fortunate to have this from my family.
Yes.
So what I do now is I make my own money. And the first thing that I'm spending that on is a nice business class flight to go and work somewhere around the world and take in all the beauties that's there.
Okay, so may I ask you, what's your father's name?
Don.
Don, okay.
And he's 84 this month.
84 this month.
Yeah.
One thing I know, because I'm a professional stalker, so Jodi knows this. I saw on your Facebook page, how much you care for your dad.
Yeah, and mum, but
and
that
mum
particular,
as well,
yeah.
And I think myself, how nice this is, have the parents who are age well, and you have the child, take them for dinner, cook the dinner, making fun of them. You're making fun of your dad as well. Sometimes I say that's beautiful. So Don, you really put effort in on that.
Thank you.
So let's go say thank you to him. But Jodi, grow up in England. What was life look like for you in England? Because you become celebrity quite early in your life, right? Am I correct?
I wouldn't call it that, but I've had my first stint of TV shows. When I was 18, I went on a TV show called Blind Date, which does show my age, but that was with Cilla Black, and I was 18, and I was the picker, and we ended up going to Ibiza at the time, which is an amazing experience.
Okay, yes.
Now, I actually did apply to go on that, but the second show I did, The Bachelor, I didn't actually apply to go on that. And I was in Topshop in London and someone approached me to say, hey, you look fun. I mean, I was carrying 3 pairs of hot pants around Topshop at the time, so it kind of makes sense.
Yes.
But I'd actually had someone drop out of the show. And I was like, oh, shall I do this? Shall I, it's a bit of a, it's 3 months, but I never thought I'd go all the way to the end. So I actually turned up because I really wasn't going to do it. And I've got a bit of a fun addiction. And the night before I had a huge night. And I think all the other girls that went on this show, would have spent ages packing their suitcase, all their outfits and everything. And I turned up to film with a cactus in my suitcase.
Cactus?
No, a cactus. Yeah, I had a big night the night before. So I had a cactus, no matching shoes, forgot my makeup, turned up a bit dishevelled, and somehow ended up, going all the way through. And I won it.
Yeah, well, I saw that one. So, what did you learn from that experience, being in TV shows? What was your biggest takeaway from that one? Will you share with us?
Yeah.
How real is TV? How that influenced you? Did you start, making new dreams or maybe new plans or something else?
Look, it was a great experience and one that, I'm so grateful for. The thing that I would take away from that is, that everyone is not going to like you. And that's okay.
That's okay.
The main thing in life you've got to teach yourself is, do you like yourself? And I work with a lot of coaches nowadays. And one of the main questions that they ask people is, would you date yourself? And the answer to that is yes, I would date myself. Not because I'm up my own arse or anything, but I would date myself. It would be fun. I know that.
You know what? I'm so grateful you're here today because, we all kind of smile and laugh with this one. But you want to date yourself. What that means when you say, I will date myself, that means that you are good to date or that that
I'm definitely good to date.
Okay.
No, but I mean, that just means, unless you like yourself, then, you can't really be selling a business. You can't be good in business because to get people to like you, you've got to like yourself first. So I do believe that, I would be fun to date, but yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So how glamorous is a TV? Like, for all us who fly at the back of the plane.
Sorry, that's so
no, I just love it how you say.
Now.
But you know what it is, But you know this, Jodi, that should make people crave for more. I tell you something from my experience. Like when I come to Australia, this year is going to be exactly 26 years. I come on November 18. For those who know, I come in Croatian embassy in Canberra. My government sent me. But one thing happened to me. I said to myself, I fall in love with this city straight away. I think I grew up in Croatia, which is like, my village is biggest city in Croatia. It's a village. But the thing is, I wanted more. When I saw the lights, when I saw the people behavior,
exactly.
I wanted more. So I think that people should aim more instead of watching the reviews on YouTube,
exactly.
flying a first class. We come to this one. Wasn't me fly first class? But so how glamorous it is, TV? What you can share with us?
Yeah.
What
TV isn't glamorous at all. It's like it might look glamorous from the outside, but once you get in there, it's quite manipulative on these game shows because what you don't understand is a camera can be edited to show you in any certain light. And the I don't know how this is going to be edited, but the producers the producers will ask pre-prompt you questions that might make you say something because they know they've got a game plan in their heads. Fortunately, I came across pretty well, but because they knew at the end that I won it, what they did show was a lot of girls bitching about me because it made the audience like me more, and I hope she wins because they're all bitches. And it was quite a surprise to me because the ones who I actually thought, oh my God, you're legends, I was actually watching it back. I was like, oh my God. Like, yeah. So
okay, can I ask you a question? Like, you are like, you have full authority and credibility to ask you this question. For the many men out there, how big or how difficult or how challenging competition it is amongst the women? In daily life, like you as a woman, you'll tell us how big competition is amongst the women.
I don't compare myself to other women. I get quite, this is the thing, I get quite, I don't bite back to any negativity, and I think that winds people up a lot more. I get critiqued all the time. I bite my tongue. I can tell you certain situations of when I was at school and negativity and bullying that I had and how I overcome it in quite a quirky way. The only person you should be in competition with is yourself. And I try and better myself every day. Like, I'm really feeling this is my year. I've taken so many valuable lessons. I've put them into place. Found my right tribe, got rid of people that I don't think, were in the same lane as me, so to speak, which takes courage to do because I'm quite a people pleaser as well. I would always try and make situations work when I kind of know in your gut that you shouldn't be doing this. And your gut is there for a reason. Trust your gut. If initially it says to you, you shouldn't be doing this and it doesn't feel right, it does that for a reason.
The funny you said is, I spoke to one presentation. I said to people that many things in my life happen in different way, in negative way, because I either listen to my heart, I follow my emotions, or some type of logic, and instead of listening my referee, which is intuition. And now we say this thing, and I think myself like how wrong we are because we're following different things that instead of intuition. So Jodi, when we spoke about TV shows and the glamorous life in TVs and everything else, the reason why I want to talk to you today, because as I say, there's more than eyes can meet with you. As I say, you're a very successful person, you're a very fun person. You don't hold back, your ups and downs. We come a little bit later to boxing, but I know you described your life story as a one of overcoming bullying and achieving triumphs.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to ask you, could you share that pivotal moment in your life, the bullying, so people can learn from your experience and maybe don't go that path, that way, but share with us those moments of you being bullied, because it's like when I see you right now, it's like, okay, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she's successful. She never had the problems in life. Most of people think that way. So please share your story.
It's interesting because, I come across very confident. And I'm happy. But in life, when I was at school, I was really bullied. And I'd have to spend my life in, the classroom at playtime because there'd be rumours going around, oh, we're going to beat Jodi up. And I'm like, why? I haven't actually done anything. And there were certain experiences where I actually quirkily overcame some situations. For example, some of the girls put chewing gum in my hair. So I just went off and I got a sick haircut and I came back the next day at school and all the boys were like, wow, great haircut. So I was like, oh, thank you for that. The chewing gum did me wonders. And as well, they used to send pizzas around my house and stuff like that, thinking that we'd be footed with the bill. But then I would come into school and I would be like, oh, I got free dinner last night. It was amazing. So I think all these things, whereas a lot of these bullies, they want a reaction, but I don't think I gave them a reaction that they necessarily wanted. And in this day and age as well, I face negativity, people make criticism, but I don't bite back. And I think that's really one of my key strengths.
So being Jodi, it was not easy always, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the guys. You can learn the things, the free dinner is not a free dinner. It's something you can. Maybe they want to feed you to be fatter, if
anyone wants to send me free pizza, that's fine by me.
Must be some old flame. So let's move now into something more demanding. You moved from England to Australia.
Yeah.
When was that happening, and why would you decide to move from beautiful England to the by the way, I'm going in 2 days time in England, so I know it's going to be in
pack your
Nottingham.
umbrella.
Because it's always, my God, in May I think myself, it should be spring, it should be nice and warm. I come in Nottingham, it's like it's always raining, everything's grey. And everyone says to me,
well, there's your answer. Okay,
that's the answer. Okay.
So mum's actually Australian, so I've had both passports since I was born.
Okay.
And I came travelling to Australia for a year, and it was game over. England in the summer is just the best vibe, but the summer is really 2 weeks of a year, isn't it? And of all my travelling, I've never been to a place that's got more of a vibe. Outside the pubs and the green with a pint of beer, it gets dark at like 10 p.m.
Yes.
Nowhere like that in the world, but I can't stay in a country just for those 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what. So any regrets living in Australia?
No regrets whatsoever. And I'm so fortunate now that my parents, they didn't come over with me. They moved over here 9 years ago now. And I'm very close to them. I try and do all I can for them. And it's just so great to have them here.
Most difficult question from this interview comes right now. You running your own business.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the business about first? Because I understood it's a virtual assistant or something like this. But this is not virtual assistant like guys you see in the Philippines. This is the Jodi Finnan.
So it's an elite virtual management agency. I moved away from the virtual assistant sort of brand because I'm doing way more than that. And you connotate a VA agency with offshore Philippine individuals, but does that make sense if you say that again?
No. Okay.
It's not, yeah. So the difference is mine's more of a virtual management agency because you connotate a virtual assistant agency with people hiring offshore, which isn't what I do at all. Mine's really boutique. I do have staff members who have actually worked for me throughout my career because I was an EA with a PA. And all these individuals are Australian based and I've trained up to work like me. So I'm in a fortunate position. I started my business off 7 years ago now, and everything I do is off referrals. So I know I'm doing something right. My clients are amazing. We've got such great relationships and they're referring me daily. And it's got to a point now where I'm in a great position because I'm turning down people. When you first start a business off, I was saying yes to everything.
Yes.
And now I'm in that position where I was like, no, I don't really think we're a good match. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver because I've got too many clients. So right now I'm just in a great point, and it's going so well.
Did you any point in time you have a doubt that your business will not be successful? So if somebody comes to you today and say, Jodi, I want to start my business, what will be your biggest advice or top notch advice to somebody based on your experience?
Yeah, I'm actually offering coaching at the moment for people that want to start out on their own.
Okay.
You've got to be prepared to put in the work. As I say, I'm in such a fortunate position where I love getting up early. So 5 a.m. for me, and I just can't wait to start. Yeah, I'm either getting in at 5 a.m. or getting up at 5 a.m. But I just love working, organising my clients, getting them set up for the day, strategizing with them, managing their team, looking after their clients. I'm director of client happiness for a lot of my clients.
Yes.
So just mainstream everything because a happy client means you're going to get referred, right? Just doing so much social media, marketing, I could go on. I wear many hats and you can tell by how enthused I am, how much I love what I'm doing. And it was just an idea that I had before a lot of people were using virtual assistants and virtual managers, etc.
Yes.
And it really paid off. And I couldn't be more proud.
Okay. In that respect, if everybody around you is happy, look, Jodi and I, we never met before. Like, as I said, we are friends on Facebook, and I've seen the Jodi, her travels, her life experiences and parents and everything else. But I didn't know that you are actually, it's like a compact version of the atomic bomb full of the positivity, just explosions everywhere. And I'm just okay, nobody speaks that positive, that full of energy like yourself lately. I never met. Seriously, everybody slowed down and their doubts and the bad things in their minds, everything else. But you're like atomic bomb. I think the Oppenheimer will be proud to see you, but the positive energy exploding. So if you make your clients happy, what makes you happy? How you keep yourself happy? How do you still keep yourself sane?
Me, I keep myself happy by, I go to the gym. I keep my parents happy, which keeps me happy. I've got Harley, my dog.
Yeah, Harley's everywhere.
I'll tell you something this year that I'm most happiest about is letting go of people that didn't appreciate me, respect me, or actually love me in the right way. And I've just gone, enough. And so I'm actually looking after myself a lot more this year. Whereas I think I've always put others before me. And this year I'm doing me, and it's making me glow.
May I ask you, I try to formulate this question. If somebody experience being not respected, not be loved the way they expecting to should be loved. Should we let these people go?
We should, and that's to say, because I'm a solutions girl,
But that's what that's you're here today. Like
and I think the main solution really was just to go bye-bye.
Yes.
Rather than trying to sort out something I knew in my gut wasn't right. But I've always been that person. I'm an empath. I'll try and understand things. I'm very forgiving. But this year, something's just clicked, and yeah, I've cut that, and I'm just doing me. I'm dating myself.
You know what? You date yourself. That's a good one. I'm very, very honored that you're here today with me, because one thing, I know that you're extremely busy. I know that you're very happy. And as I say, my life is a little bit different. My life was either I was in a war or either I was a spy. There was no secret in this one. But when I'm doing this podcast, since I started doing this podcast, people coming with a day, stories in different way. You coming from an angle of being happy. Now, the Harley, your dog, is everywhere with you. That dog is in the car with you. How do your dog feels when you are happy or when you're sad? How does your Harley react on you?
That dog, seriously, obviously, because he's around me, he's like a Tasmanian devil, probably because maybe of my energy, I'm not sure. But he's so clever. When he's around my parents, he doesn't jump up on them. He's normal.
Yeah, he's normal.
Yeah, but he has such a personality, and I just love that dog so much, honestly.
But look, my son, he wants to have the dog, right? And we have the discussions about these things, and I said to him, well, have the dog, any type of dog. He's not sure what he wants, but he said, Daddy, I want to have the, some companion. Yeah. I mean, it's you should have
Mine did not come with an instruction manual. Okay. And I was like, what do I do with this? He's funny going loop the loop round the lounge. And he still does, and he's 9 this year.
Okay. Well, that brings me to my question, which I was aiming for this. Guys, as I say, Jodi Finnan, she's not definition for the courage. She's go beyond this. And I have the full right to say this because I saw in a war a lot of men who didn't want to go in a combat. They were alpha males, they're killers, they're all these things. And life is repeating itself. But when it comes to the courage, it's something different. You, Jodi, go beyond the courage. You step it into ring. I know because I was fighting last couple of years. I'm a single fighter lost, but that's okay. I'm 50 years old, man, so I give myself credit. I'm losing. But Jodi, you did it. Yes. You step it into ring.
I did.
Takes the balls.
Yes, it does.
You know how many men, I'm telling this from my experience, I say like this, everybody loves to cheer you up. Everybody loves to drink, Everybody loves to tell you what to do. But what you did, you put your ass in between those ropes. You know what I mean? You trained. Yeah. Okay, I need to say, guys, there was a post. I stopped drinking, I stopped eating, and I have a six-pack. Look at me in my betting suit.
I never said I had a six-pack.
But okay, we can see in the pictures. Okay, But the thing is, you are the very proud of yourself that you've done it for 12 weeks, something what most of people don't do in entire life. Now, Jodi, guide us to that process. Decision to go to fight and the night of the fight.
Yeah. So this year, as I say, I've entered this year differently. And I want to hit way more goals than I ever have before. And one of the things that I set myself, as I say, I've got a bit of a fun addiction. And with that fun addiction, as I say, I do everything hard. I love hard, I work hard, I have fun hard. And the only way I thought that I can ever overcome a few of these things if I set myself this goal. And so to train for, I think it was 11 weeks. And it was training in the evening as well, whereas I say, I get up at 5 and I was like, I don't think I can do this. But I'm just going to put one foot in front of the other and I'm going to start training in the evenings. And I even pre-warned them, I might need to change the morning or whatever. But once I got into it, and there's no way I could go out, vape, which I had a bloody vape addiction before as well. And I was like, I need to get over this. It's disgusting. Yeah. So I set myself that challenge and I turned up every day. And right towards the end, in the last 3 weeks, I was actually training twice a day. I got private tuition. Yes. And I was just thoroughly enjoying it. On the day, I actually got stage fright.
Okay.
I actually got stage fright in the first round. And the lady that I fought, Evine, she was just amazing. It is very scary. It's really nerve-wracking. But I want to set myself more goals like that. And I'd love to go back and do another match as well, because I know I can do it.
I tell you, as I say to you, you done something what the most of men will never do. I'm telling this as a man. As I say, like, I've been in wars, I've been wounded. People who, told my audience, you guys know my story. So I have full right to say this. I'm admiring people who step into ring. You can play the tennis, you can play the basketball, you can play the soccer, you can play the cricket, but boxing is not playing. It's a one-on-one. Doesn't matter what you do. 16-ounce gloves, but it's a punches, you know what I mean? Yeah. And when I saw you do the, please correct me, your hair, what's it called? Braid?
The braids, yeah.
I don't use it, so braids, you done the braids. I said to myself, she is ready. But I know, how did you overcome that fear walking into ring? Because I know everybody has a fear. I had fear every time. I was fighting a few weeks ago, and trust me, I was like, oh God, I wish it's finished.
Yeah, it's so scary. But I had the support of all my friends. Some of my clients flew in, and I had my mum and dad there, bless them, which will honestly stay with me forever. I'm probably getting emotional now.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's it. They were there.
So work inside,
and for my mum to be there, my mum's quite sick. And just her high-fiving me walking down and having my dad there, it was amazing.
You're the role. No, sorry, apologies, guys. I make a mistake again. No role. This is the real model. What are you looking for?
Model for balaclavas.
And she's going soon in Europe for the traveling on her own. Yeah. So how do you define success in business? Because, you done it whole 9 yards, like literally, traveling from England, being fed free pizzas at night, chewing up in your hair. Okay, so before I continue, what's the definition for success? If somebody talks to you right now, because you are successful in what you do, even you say this, I'm in a point in my business where I need to say turn people down. I can't do it because I'm over busy. Yeah. And that's a fair to say this because you want to deliver the results for your clients. You don't want to be overburdened and then don't deliver to nobody. So what's the definition of success in business? If someone walks to you, so like, Jodi, I want to be like you're very successful, you will say, what is the definition of success?
Success for me at the moment is getting the feedback that I'm getting off my clients. I know I'm doing great things. I feel it, again, it's in your gut. Yeah. I wake up, I want to start working. I'm happy. My clients are thanking me every day. That to me is success. Knowing that I'm waking up and I don't want to stop working. I don't want to stop helping people. That is success.
Let's go give now two advices for the other women because you face a bullying harassment. And again, I say like, I think being Jodi, it is fun. Being Jodi, it is happy, healthy, and I mean,
it's a lot of fun.
It's like a lot of fun. But it's like you face obstacles in your life.
Yeah.
What would be for advice for the every woman across this globe who face any type of obstacles, love, emotion, money, marriage, the work?
Yep. I think you've got to find your right people. People that encourage you, people that inspire you, people that teach you things, people that are in your lane. These people, will always support you. You can tell these stories, and for some people, it might come across as bragging, but people that would look at it from that perception is just because they've had a trauma themselves and they can't resonate to it. Nothing is bragging. People should uplift other people and, encourage them to do well. Just make sure that you're hanging with the right crew. Don't be afraid to cut people off. And just make sure that everyone's in your lane and supporting you. And if you've got the right crew that's supporting you, you can achieve anything.
Your inner peace. We all have the demons. We all have the fears. We have the all dark minds, ideas and everything else. But yet you're the full of compassion. As the moment you walk down the stairs in studio, I say this one, she's just smiling all the time. But it's a fun being next to you. Like you must feel good about this one. But how do you find your inner peace? How do you bring this into you? Is this like 5 o'clock waking up in the morning, go with the Harley, you're running or robbing the banks, bashing the
robbing
people?
The banks,
whatever.
Yeah. We'll go through that story another time.
Okay.
I think it's just knowing that, I'm loved. I've had a great upbringing. I help people. Oh, this is another thing. So throughout my life, I've made lots and lots of friends. And if someone has made a significant impact in my life, I will always be in contact with you and check in on you and see if you need help, and be that friend. I have a very, very large network of people that I know care, and I care respectfully back for them. And that's something that I've always done. I actually had a nanny for the first 11 years of my life, and she's now in her 90s, doesn't even know what an email is or a computer, but I handpick cards and postcards, and I've written her a handwritten one every week of my life since 11. And I do that to this day and age. And she's the most beautiful person, and I'm so grateful for her.
Seems to me you're very grateful for the people around you, because you don't forgetting people who are the part of your life at the beginning of your life, what I mean? Now, currently. But what I like it about you, that you have the not just the courage, but your decision, cut off the people who don't fit in your life.
That's what I'm grateful for as well. The fact that this year I've gone, right, enough is enough. I'm done with being disrespected and you're gone. And I think that's what's making me smile.
But that's what it is. It's like, that's what takes the courage. It's like, I think
I've chosen me.
You're choosing you.
I've chosen me.
As I say, people, I always say to people around me, you're not a jar on tell, can't make everybody happy. If you don't make yourself happy, and that was my example, it's and that's what I'm sitting next today, opposite you. And I think to myself, decision to you love yourself, it's the best decision you ever did. Of course, in a manner, it's above the board, legal, and you don't harm other people, but you choose yourself.
Yeah.
So you've been in Bali. Okay, let me ask you something about Bali. Okay,
sure.
This is very interesting about Bali.
What do you need?
it's like there's never ending fun with you on a Bali. What do you think about Bali? Why you love the Bali? For all our listeners and audience, Jodi Finnan, she was on Bali a couple of weeks, so I was nagging her, when you come for interview, stop being on Bali, stop enjoying Bali. Why Bali?
Bali, you can just, it's very, very laid back. You can get into flow. In Canggu now, they've got all these gyms, which has got everything there. You can train, you've got your recovery, you've got your pool, you've got your cafe, and there are just and it's just beautiful. The surroundings are beautiful. So I get my laptop, work my way around, get into flow, work, train, swim, and then in the afternoons drink. And cocktails are great. And it's just, and I'm on my own. So I can work, from where I want, when I want, and how I want. And that's the business model that I've set up. And
you help other people to set up themselves. If they're venturing out, they want to start a business.
Exactly.
Guys, Jodi Finnan, I'm going to put the comment section below the Jodi details. So feel free to contact her and find out how Jodi can assist you to reach your potential, reach your goals. It's like this lady here opposite me today, she's been handpicked because I said, I'm seeing Jodi for the last couple of years, her life going, through the different stages, and she's always smiling, always successfully, try to help other people, and her agenda is to make a world better place. Business is important. How important for you is exercising? Okay, let's come back to the six-pack now. So
look, exercising, releases the endorphins. It's great. But again, it swings and roundabouts. Some days, I give off this persona of confidence and happiness, but I'm not, I won't put on social media the days that you have down days. And of course, they always happen.
Yeah.
But you've just got to believe in yourself. Get up, go to the gym. Just have faith in yourself and keep moving forward. That's all you need to keep doing. Just keep moving forward, one day at a time.
And this year you decided to reach more goals this year.
Yeah, more goals. I've just signed up for, again, I was going to do another boxing match, but I've actually, this is going to sound ridiculous.
No, it's not.
I've actually just signed up and I've just done my first pole dancing lesson. I'm not going to become a pole dancer. Don't worry. I'm not about to apply for jobs at Men's Gallery.
I saw that your poster. I didn't want to leave the comment.
I'm not doing that.
I saw that comment said, Jodi, I applied for the pole dancing on the Men's Gallery. I was like, I don't say nothing.
It's really good upper body strength and it's a challenge. So I've set myself that for the meantime.
Okay, that's a good look. Look, as long as it's good for your body, as long as it's good for your mind,
exactly.
What should be wrong? So let me ask you before we wind up this interview, what does your business do and how you help other people? What people can expecting contacting you, except you being the coach?
Yeah.
And I think you're good to be a great coach.
Yeah.
For the men or for the women, who would you prefer more to coach? Is there any preference?
No preference.
Okay, no preference.
Yeah, no preference at all. Ironically, most of my clients are all female. And if you have a look at my Instagram and my highlights, I've got quite a lot of testimonials there, and it's probably 90% women. And a lot of coaches, a lot of retail, a lot of activewear brands, people that are trying to start up in those niches. I help get them started, put them in contact with the right people, get them organised, help with their social media, help with their marketing, just help them stay on track with things. If they've got a team, I'll manage your team, just get workflows into place. Yeah, you name it.
My God, ladies and gentlemen, Jodi, I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Life the Battlefield, and thank you for traveling from city here in the studio. Thank you for finding your time today. And I truly believe that every person on this planet will be empowered with this conversation. So guys, I got to put the comment section below all the details of the Jodi Finnan. Feel free to contact her, stay in touch with her, support her, give her all your love. But plus as well, the guys who decide to start a business, you couldn't ask for a better deal than talking to Jodi. Thank you, Jodi.
Thank you, Maro.
Welcome.